Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It has been a minute since my last update. Actually, I think it's been about 6 weeks, but it feels like it has been a lot longer. I kind of feel like I don't know what I'm doing. So you know what that means for getting this thing uploaded. It's been about 6 weeks since my last video. I feel like this one is going to be a little scattered, even though I'm prepared, because I wasn't planning on doing this video today. I was going to do it tomorrow, but my work and life schedule changed a little bit, and I thought, just do it now. My hair's done, my makeup's done. Let's just do it now, right? So I do have a list. I do kind of have a plan, but I kind of wasn't in the mindset of I'm making a video today, so I don't know how this is going to go. First, welcome back. If you have been a subscriber, I have also picked up some new subscribers since my last video, so welcome to all of you and thank you for subscribing. I got lots and lots of fun comments on my last video about telling Brian about being the rogue movie maker, so thank you guys for all that. He enjoyed the comments as well. I also got some very sweet comments. In my last video, I mentioned having to put my kitty to sleep. Since then, I have also had to put my sweet dog to sleep. So basically, the short story is we kind of changed our plans for Christmas around as he was declining, and I ended up putting him to sleep on Christmas Eve morning. Kind of went back and forth about whether or not I was going to go up to my parents for Christmas, and then kind of decided that the house was too empty, so we changed our plans around and went up to my parents. So I did, after all, get to see my sister because I delayed my trip. The weather up there was frightful, and I had to delay some of that, which meant I was still there when she flew back from New Hampshire. So I did get to see her reaction when she opened Ebenezer's Christmas, which was really fun. I didn't record it. I thought about doing it, and then honestly just was not in a Christmas spirit this year. But she loved it. She has not framed it yet. She is not only a high school English teacher in inner city Cleveland, she is also working on a graduate type certification. So she's quite busy, and that's fine. She can do it whenever she wants. But the really funny thing was that one of the gifts that she gave me was a book. I believe it's called Mr. Dickens' Tale. It's a fictionalized account of his story, of his life before he wrote A Christmas Carol. So I thought that was pretty crazy that we both gave each other Dickens-related gifts. But she did love her little sled and her Christmas piece. So thank you to everybody who commented on that because it was quite fun to give it to her. So I have said before, I grew up in Northeast Ohio, kind of like 45 minutes east of Cleveland. My aunt and grandma live right on the lake, about an hour north of where I grew up. So the plan was when I went home, I was going to be at see my parents for whatever the schedule was. Sorry, I'm so like moving around. What is going on today? Focus. Okay. Anyway, so the day that I was going to go to see my grandma for Christmas was going to be after Christmas, and then I just planned to come back to Cincinnati from there because it didn't make sense to drive an hour southeast to then get on the highway and drive 5 hours southwest, right? Right. My aunt called that morning and said, there is a ton of snow up here. You're not going to be able to get up here. They've closed part of the interstate, so it's not going to work. And so I looked at the radar, and there was this band of snow that was like this narrow and about that long. And it literally came off the lake, off of Lake Erie. So we have lake effect snow, came off of Lake Erie and hovered over the county where my aunt and grandma live. And it stayed there for days and days and days. So those of you that heard about how Erie, Pennsylvania got about 6 feet of snow in 2 days, I'm roughly an hour west of that. So I said, okay, I'll just stay and see what happens tomorrow. Maybe I can get up there tomorrow. So by switching that schedule, I was able to see my sister because she flew home the day after Christmas. So the last day that I was there, got in my car, drove the hour-ish north. Roads were totally fine. Sun was shining, drove through some Amish country. They had their clothes out to dry. My grandma said apparently they freeze, and it's just the same as drying. What happens when that melts? Anyways, I mean, it was freezing. The sun was shining, but it literally was freezing when I went up there. I got about 25 minutes from my grandma's assisted living facility, and the snow came down in buckets. And I'm not used to driving in the snow anymore because I lived in Cincinnati for 14 years, and they get fake snow. So it was a little bit of a treacherous drive. My grandma had 8 inches. My aunt lives 10 miles east, and she had 15 inches in 24 hours. And then Erie, PA is probably another half an hour east, and they had 6 feet. Yay, lake effect snow. It actually is very pretty, and if you don't have to be out in it, awesome. But if you're trying to drive in it and you live in Cincinnati now, you don't do very good in it. So that was Christmas. So I did not go on a shopping spree to deal with grief this time. I went on a cleaning, organizing spree. And I've decided I am done buying stuff. I'm done buying patterns and for the most part buying fabric this year because the amount of stuff that I have is absolutely ridiculous. And there's no point in keeping it if I'm not going to stitch it, right? Right. But never fear. I know all of you that love haul are saying, Nicole, what are you going to show in your videos if you don't buy stuff? So in my organizational mode, which I'm still in, I've already been through my closet 2 times. Today is going to be the 3rd and final sweep. If it doesn't fit, if it doesn't have something to go with, it is going to St. Vincent de Paul. Okay, never fear because I organized 3 of these binders. This is the 3rd one I had to buy to organize, alphabetize, and add all the patterns that I bought through the fall and Christmas into. I already had 2. The first one is bigger than this one. The second one is the same size as this one, and this is the 3rd one. So I posted a picture of the 3 of these on Instagram, and multiple people said, you need to do a flip through or show your stash or whatever. I am not going to show all of this. I will show some of it randomly each video because I'm hoping to not have any stuff I bought. I'm going to buy floss and needles and whatever I need to do the patterns, but I have tons of fabric and tons of patterns. So this is my plan. I'm calling it Stash Fast because I don't really know that I can say Stitch from Stash anymore because I'm going to buy stuff. I'm not on Facebook, blah, blah, blah. So organization, stuff is going out the door if I'm not using it, if we don't need it, if we have more than one of it, it's gone. Okay? Okay. Then I went to Stitch Away, which is my LNS's annual retreat in January. I was super looking forward to it. I just needed a break. I need to get it away from this house and have a few days where if it snows and you're snowed in, who cares? My cell phone doesn't work great in our main stitching room. Great. No one needs to get a hold of me anyways. I have some video that I took. I'm going to try and insert it at the end of this if I can put it all together. I don't know how that's going to go. So keep your fingers crossed. I'm out of order. Okay, I'll keep talking about Stitch Away and I'll come back to this. So I'm going to pause this for 1 second because I feel like I have a little tickle. All right, I'm back with some water. Hopefully this isn't going to last the whole video. I kind of really want to just lean in and chat with you like this, but when I lean on this table, my contraption that I have created to put my laptop on shakes, and that drives me crazy, and I'm sure it drives you crazy. So I'm just going to have to probably sit back and fidget the whole time. Anyways, so I went to Stitch Away and was super excited about having some time to myself, getting some progress done, and seeing people that I don't get to see very often. I also knew that there were going to be a few new people coming and was looking forward to meeting some people that I've interacted with either here or on Instagram. I had no idea there were going to be 31 new people. Barbara said she normally has 6 or 7 at the most new people every year. This year she had 31. And I was not expecting people to, what is the word? Recognize? Acknowledge that they knew me. It was, I don't want to say odd because that's a negative word and there was nothing negative about it. It was unexpected, but lots of fun. So the first time it happened, I'm coming down from I had gone to my room to get something, probably my key, because it only took me 24 hours to lock myself out of my room because I was so excited I couldn't keep control of where my key was. And so I texted Brian and said, oh, having a good time. It's only taken me 24 hours to lock myself out of my room. And his response was, you guys need to get those lanyard things that you put around your neck that has like the little plastic pocket you can put your key in. And I was like, yeah, we have those. Those are what our name tags go in. And he was like, I'm done talking to you. I'll see you when you get back. Yeah, I was just so excited. I left my key in my door, or in my hotel room after 24 hours. So anyways, went up to my room to get something, was coming back down kind of through this long corridor that goes through the pool into the stitching room. And I can't see far away without my glasses on, but I don't wear my glasses often, especially if I know where I am. So I see two women coming towards me, and they kind of have a cart with all their stuff rolling on it. And I was kind of thinking, is that Carrie? That's not Carrie. I've already seen Carrie. She's already been here and had her stuff moved into her room. And as my brain is trying to process who this person is, the woman yells, Buckeye Stitcher! And I was like, oh my God. And it was Carla who sent me this fabulous bag from Marlene. So I got to meet Carla. I got to hug her. Not right then, because my hands were full of weird stuff like my key and socks and a snack and some other random thing. I don't know. So I hugged her later. But it was fun to meet her and her friend who was up visiting from Florida. They both came to the retreat. I think they had a good time. I also got to meet Darla. She doesn't make videos, but I have communicated with her back and forth on Instagram. She's KyStitcher. She was very sweet. I enjoyed getting to talk to you, Darla, and I'm looking forward to talking with you at StitchCon, and I hear you're already planning on coming to Stitch Away next year, so that's fun. So anyways, you know, we always sit with the same group of people, but that doesn't mean that you always sit in the same part, so we're kind of getting settled at our new table. I'm getting settled into my spot, and like for the first day and a half, people I do not know are coming up to me. Barbara brought someone up to me, Katie. She brought Katie, the naptime stitcher, up to meet me. And I was super, super excited to meet people, but it was a little weird to meet people who already know me. So Amber and Melissa, I know they've left comments before. Hello, ladies. Sounds like you guys made it back safely to your respective homes. They came from far. Hanane was from Texas. Cupcake Stitcher on Instagram came down from Columbus. Candy Stitches. I met Tony from Kentucky. I know I'm going to forget. Oh, Kathy. Kathy was a lot of fun. She actually blamed me for everything that she bought. And I quote, Nicole, this is all your fault because of those damn videos, unquote. Kathy, happy to help you out. So it was a lot of fun, just unexpected attention, I guess is the right word. And I certainly am not taking myself too seriously about it. I hope it's not coming across that I'm taking myself too seriously about these silly little cross-stitch videos that I make. But it was very, very fun to meet people. I don't know why you like watching these videos, but I so much appreciate that you do. I hope you had a fabulous time at Stitch Away, and I hope you come back. Okay, so what did I do? Right now I'm going to turn the light on, because once again, the sun is going down. Okay. I'm still in work clothes. That's why I'm so formal today. Okay, so at Stitch Away, the first thing I started was this piece. This is from Stitchy Boxes, some pattern, I don't know. Jen from Jen Stitching just passed this pattern to me. Melanie Smith from yarnsnthreadsfibermill asked me if I wanted to start do a stitch along, and so we started it. And there were some other ladies that joined us. Melanie was at a weaving intensive the same weekend that I was at Stitch Away, and she actually created a woven piece of fabric to use as backing for her finished piece. I'll link her. I'll try to link the episode she shows it below, but I have no idea how to do it. But Melanie Smith, I'll put her information below. Anyway, she finished this into a little pillow. She wove this fabulous piece that is purple and orange and looks really, really cool. This is, I didn't get this all done at Stitch Away. I started at Stitch Away because we were going to start together on the 10th. Okay, so this is where I am. I love the pattern. I love the color of the fabric. I love the colors of the thread. I hate this silk. This green is Classic Colorworks, which is my favorite floss. This color, I just cannot get my X's to lay flat. I was going to take all the green out when I was done with the orange and redo it. I am not doing that anymore. When Jen sent me the pattern, she also sent me all the orange silk that she had left, and she said I was able to stitch 2 pumpkins with what I had, and there's plenty left over. There is plenty left over, except I had to keep ripping it out because I hated the way it looked, and so I have 36 stitches to finish right here, and I ran out of orange. But Melanie is I put out a little bit of an SOS on Instagram, and I actually emailed her because I was desperate, and she is going to send me some of her orange floss so that I can finish this, and I think she is going to send me some of her weaving so that I can have this finished into a small little pillow, and see with the fidgeting, and have a piece of her weaving for my finished project, which I think is pretty cool since she started the sow. So I started that, but I got 36 stitches away from a finish this weekend. I finished this. This was not one that I had originally shown on my plans of what I was taking, but I got really into finishing this one, and since everything I took was Halloween-ish, and this was October, I figured it was fine. So I finished these guys. How cute are those that little freaking hedgehog and his snail friend? So that will be going off to Vanna. I started and finished this little guy. Super cute. Okay, and then I also started, I had lots of starts. My friends kept making fun of me because every time they looked at me, I had a different pattern. I started this by the Primitive Hare. This is the one I worked on kind of the last full day that we were there, and I mean, I didn't have a goal of what my plans were. This is as far as I got, and I honestly don't know. Oh, I think this is up, yeah. And this is Carriage Black by the Gentle Art. I think it's my favorite black. It's kind of grayish and faded. It's not a black, but for primitive pieces and Halloween pieces, I think it is a fabulous color. So that's how far I got on that one. And then I also started this little cat. This is a Russian pattern. I think it's Alyssa. So this thing is not very big. However, I had to have some serious focus for that, and that's as far as I got. And it is, for me, since I don't do full coverage, and this is like very condensed full coverage, it took a lot of focus. So I couldn't get a lot of this done because I was distracted by sound, and I wanted to chat, and I wanted to get up and go get a drink at the bar. So I will come back to this because I really like it, and I really, really want to do full coverage pieces. I just need to focus. And right now I have too many other things going on to focus on. And I think that is all that I worked on. I took this, but I didn't start it. So I still plan to do it, but I didn't start it. I settled on doubloon. I don't remember if in my last video I had decided about which fabric. I settled on doubloon. Okay, I did, in fact, even though I said I wasn't going to buy anything, Stitch Away doesn't count because my mom always gives me a gift certificate to keepsakes for Christmas, so it's not my money, so I don't count it. But I only bought, I bought this pattern. This is Hillis's new pattern. Cute, cute, cute. And then I bought a Stitch Dot needle minder, which I don't need. But it was the couple from Ebenezer's Christmas, the pattern I just stitched for my sister. That third part with the couple is my favorite part of all 3 pieces. Again, with the fidgeting. So I bought that stitched out. That's it. I didn't buy any fabric. I didn't buy any other patterns. There were other patterns I saw that I wanted. There were 12 trunk shows. And like I said, hopefully I'll upload the stuff at the end to show you the trunk shows. There was some beautiful stuff, but it's not anything that I can't get somewhere down the road. Okay, the theme this year, Barbara always has a theme. The theme this year, was a toast to keepsakes because 2018 is 20 years that Barbara and Joe have been in business. They opened in 1998. So it was kind of a homage to keepsakes and kind of how it's supported their family and their family has supported them. So their daughter designed the logo, which was a toast to keepsakes and had a little black cat on it because there's a little black cat that lives at Keepsakes. Her name is 310 because she is all black. Get it? Okay. And then, oh man, I forgot. I'll try to insert a picture here of the scissor fob that we made at our Take and Make It. So I hope I can insert a picture, because if not, then it doesn't make any sense. I wonder where it is. Anyways, so our last day is a Take and Make It project, and this year's was a scissor fob that had a little colored charm. You could pick whatever color you wanted. It had a charm that was Tree of Life, which is important to Barbara, and then there were 2 dimes that were to represent 20 years. One of her sons drilled the holes in all the dimes. I think he drilled it in, I don't know, well over 200 dimes, because there were, what, 113 people, 110 people, times 2 dimes. I really hope the picture goes in here somewhere. But I was running a little bit late because my car door was frozen shut that morning because we had an ice storm the night before. And so I didn't hear the whole explanation of what the scissor fob was, you know, representing. And I just saw 2 dimes and the charms and the colors and got mine to put it together. And I saw Barbara at some point and she said, "Did you get your scissor fob?" And I said, "Yeah, but I missed the beginning. I don't know what it's supposed to all represent." She explains it to me and I said, "Oh, I thought the 2 dimes were because you didn't have 2 dimes to rub together when you started the business." And she busted out laughing. So no, that is not why. They were supposed to represent 20 years of business. So we also had a packet of trivia questions from 1998. Her other son wrote all the trivia questions and found the answer. So that was fun. We got a couple freebie patterns. Again, I don't have those here. Our service project. So she always has us do a volunteer service project that we donate to, is a organization called Princeton's Closet. Princeton School Districts is where the shop is located. It's where her kids went to school. And so this organization provides clothing and food and snacks to kids in the school system who don't have those things. And so we collected food and donations and all that kind of stuff to donate to that group. But the last gift that we received was a collaboration with Sue Hillis. She designed this pattern. So this is a pretty darn good rendition of what Keepsakes looks like, the old house. Here's 310. And the goal of this is to be a year-long, process, a year of keepsakes. And so they are asking that every month we donate to Princeton's Closet to receive the pattern. Barbara said you could also spend a certain dollar amount in the store. She would rather have the donation, but you could spend money to get the pattern if we wanted to. And then her husband Joe made all of us the frame that goes with it. It's a decent size. And again, I forgot to bring the frame down. The piece is going to be, it's going to be a decent size. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with this. I love this part, but the piece is going to be quite large, and I don't know where I would hang it. So I need to figure out what to do with this because it is special, and obviously it's very unique to our shop. So that was Stitch Away. I had a great time. I'm already ready for next year. But I have 2 more retreats coming up before next year. So StitchCon in the summer, and then another local group has a fall retreat in October that I'm going to. So speaking of StitchCon, it was a huge success. Pam and Steph and I and Barbara and Lynn got together on New Year's Day to see what happened because we had no idea what to expect when the PayPal site went live at 11 a.m. I think it is safe to say that Pam and I were quite stressed out. Like, Pam was frozen speechless. And if you've watched Pam's videos from Just Keep Stitching, Pam is never speechless. But we just, like, my worry is what happens if the site crashes? What happens if people can't get on? What happens if? Like I've said before, I don't really know what I'm doing for this thing. I'm just kind of like stressing out about it. But we had a good time. So the first 75 spots were filled in 20 minutes. And I was like, oh dear God, this thing is going to book so fast. There's all kinds of backlash going to happen. That's not the case. After that first 20 minutes, things kind of tapered off. It is full, but it took hours for it to fill up, and that's how I wanted it to be. I wanted everybody to have equal access to it and not have a mad dash. There have already been people that have dropped out for whatever reason, so people who have were on the wait list have gotten in. If you are still interested, I encourage you to put your name on the wait list. The last time I knew, there were less than 30 people on the wait list. You don't know what might happen as it gets closer. Things change for people's situation, and so that wait list might get used up. But we're looking forward to it. We actually have a planning meeting today at the shop for the next step. I would like to work on some kind of transportation system because so many people are coming from out of town. We don't want everybody to have to rent cars, so I'm hoping to try and collect information to get some people to ride share, or maybe figure out some kind of shuttle. I am bound and determined to loop Brian into this StitchCon thing because he has a CDL license, so I feel like he could be the shuttle driver. I've already passed it to him, and he hasn't said no, but he really looks at me funny like I have lost my mind, which... Okay, so that is StitchCon. Okay, let's go back to the thing that I got out of order. So Teresa Craig is in Australia. She makes fabulous videos. Go watch her if you haven't. She sent me something for Christmas, and coming from Australia, we didn't have any idea how long it was going to take. So after about 2 weeks, she started checking in with me, and it didn't arrive, and it didn't arrive, and it didn't arrive. And finally, after Christmas, it arrived. And I was so excited that it made it that I didn't really pay attention. I just got this bag. It was about this big, and it looked like one of those soft mailer bags, but then it was wrapped in plastic, like all kinds of crazy wrapped in plastic. And I still didn't think anything of it. I just ripped the plastic open, and the soft padded bag was already opened, and like fluff was coming out of it. And in my head, I was like, why did Teresa pack this way? Like, why didn't she tape the bag shut? Still didn't think anything of it. So the bag opens and stuff comes pouring out. For example, the candy's gone, but she sent me this box of candy that would come like this, except it looked like a bear had gotten into it. It was ripped, candy came out, it was all bent. Still didn't think anything of it. She sent me Vegemite. I'm supposed to do the Vegemite challenge. I was going to do it in this video, but today is not the day for me to try this unknown thing. Teresa, I promise I will try it in a video. I promise, just not today. She sent some other Tim Tams, some other sweets, lollies they call them. And I was super excited. So I messaged her to let her know that it arrived and thank you so much. And, you know, Brian is like, I don't understand why someone sent you candy from Australia. That I don't understand. And then he saw this and he was like, it's terrible. Don't do it. And I was like, no, I have to do it. And so we're messaging back and forth, and she says, isn't that needle minder the greatest? I completely thought of you when I saw it. And I was like, I don't have a needle minder. So I go to the trash and I get all the packaging out, and that's when I look at the plastic and realize there's a note from the United States Post Office that says something along the lines of, we apologize for the damage to your package, blah, 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 blah. So at some point the package had been ripped open. That is why it wasn't taped shut, why it was wrapped in the big plastic sheet, why this is ripped, why there's no card from Teresa, and no needle minder. Thank you, USPS. I still was super excited. I still really appreciate it, but I have no idea what the needle minder looks like. Thank you anyways, Teresa. So that was a fun gift to receive. Yeah, it was a fun gift to receive. Okay, so that's that. I have one shout out. I don't normally do shout outs. I have started watching MelyEllyStitches. MelyEllyStitches? I'm gonna look at my phone right now and make sure that's right. If you don't watch her, I know Michelle Bendy shouted her out a while ago. So maybe you all already know about her and I'm just late to the party. She is adorable and she's the coolest person I have ever met. So first of all, she is an engineer for Ford. So basically she does stuff with cars. She golfs, she cross stitches, she reads, what else? She likes all these outdoorsy things, which is totally opposite of me. Like, she listed like a bajillion things that she does for fun when she did her tag. And I was like, seriously, you're the coolest person. I just think it's cool when women work in male-dominated jobs and excel. Okay, serious, focus. MelyEllyStitches, I believe. So, if you have not watched her, go watch her. And, yeah, MelyEllyStitches. And, Mel, if you're watching, I want you to move to Ohio and hang out with me. I might even go golfing with you, even though I don't golf. Okay, what else? So, speaking of Michelle Bendy Stitchy, she sent me her copy of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. A while ago, she had posted that she did this little Barbara Anna mouse that was in there, and I commented on how cute I liked that, but I can't find this magazine anywhere. So she said, I'll send it to you. Well, she just decided to send me the whole magazine. And so looking through it, I also found this primitive hair pattern called May the Witches. So I want to do that one. Where is the little mouse? Because it's the cutest. I also got my next installment of the Silver Needles, like, what is this thing called? It's that club that I joined, A Little Help from Our Friends. So this is the third one I've gotten. This is from the Scarlet House called Be My Friend. It's not normally something I would stitch, but I do like this one. I like the theme of it and the little house and the little red dress, so I am going to stitch this one. I just noticed that this little dog on the back, I'm assuming that's a Boston Terrier. I don't know if that's their, like, little logo or whatever, but he's really cute. So it came with that. It came with the fabric, which is Wren by Picture This Plus. It came with all the threads and the rickrack for finishing. And then it came with a needle and some candy and a scissor fob. I still can't believe I forgot to bring that scissor fob down here from Stitch Away. That's my first scissor fob. Oh well. Oh well. So I don't have any plans to stitch this one immediately, but I do plan on stitching it. I didn't love the second one, but this is the third one. I liked the first and the third. So that means the last two that I have to get are from Hands On Design, and I typically love her stuff, and Blackberry Lane, which I love her stuff too. So I hope that's what it is. That's why I joined, because I liked the majority of the designers. That is all that I bought. I'm still trying to find this little Barbara Anna mouse in case you haven't seen it, because it's so stinking cute. And I think that might be all that I have to share. I thought I had more. Here he is. Sweeping the Garden. There's that little mouse. So cute. Okay. Let me... Oh, progress. So I have decided that I want to finish those Joyful World Sal by the Snowflower Diaries months. I'm only doing 6. I have 3 more that need to be completed. So I'm working on March now. That's as far as I've gotten. I just need to finish the border backwards, and then I'm done. I have May, which is the kitties. That one's almost done. And then July, which is flamingos. And then I'm done. That can't be right. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, one has already been finished by Vanna. That was January. And then I'm going to try and send some of these to her to get finished to use for the rest of this year. Okay, let me look at my... That is it. That is all I have. So I don't know how long this is because I have to piece these together. Doesn't seem as long as I thought it was going to be. I want to say hi to Cindy's Cross Stitch, Julie from Reflections Framing, Lana from Till the Last Stitch. I know you ladies have been patiently waiting for my next video, and I appreciate your comments. Although Julie is not patiently waiting. I was watching her video the other day, and I was starting to leave a comment, and she said, I've been looking for a video from Nicole Buckeye Stitcher, and I was like, oh my God, Julie McConnell just called me out. And so when I was finishing my comment, I said, I promise I'm going to film one next week. It's the end of the month, and I'll be back on schedule. I just haven't had time. And her response to me was, I will be waiting with arms crossed and toes tapping for your next video. So, Julie, here it is. Hope you enjoy. Can't wait to see you at StitchCon. Kathleen from Kathleen's Trodden Trail is coming. I'm so freaking excited to meet her. We have messaged back and forth and sent each other things back and forth, and I just super duper love her. And like the weird feeling when random people would come up to me at Stitch Away and tell me how much they love my videos and how excited they are to meet me. The one thing that was like, this is not weird, is that I know that I'm going to be doing the same thing at StitchCon. So I'm going to freak out when I meet Kathleen. I'm going to freak out when I meet Pam from Stitching Between the Lines because I talked her into trying to register. I just found out that Minnie Gray is coming from Allxxs. Oh my God. She's one of the first Flosstubers that I ever watched. And Marlene, Stitching by the Lake, is coming. I'm going to have to like have some serious restraint to not be the crazy. But no, I think it's going to be a lot of fun because we're all going to be in the same kind of weird mode of I know you, don't know you. Yeah. It's not anything negative. It's just really a weird feeling to have people tell you they've watched all your videos and they love all your projects. And yeah, it was fun. My friends did make quite a bit of fun of me, though. One of them asked me at lunch one day if she could have my autograph. Yeah, fun. Okay, that's it. I'm just rambling now. I'm going to put this all together and see what happens with my Stitch Away clips, if I can somehow make them work, and hopefully it doesn't take 4 days for this to get uploaded. So thanks everybody who subscribed and liked. Oh, I had 5 thumbs down for my last video, 5 thumbs down for the video before. I don't know why. I think it's weird that 5 people felt they needed to thumb down my video. So let's see how many I get this time. Thank you for watching and leaving comments. I love the comments. Thank you for subscribing. Oh, I meant to say hi to Kathleen's daughter. Kathleen Trodden Trail, her daughter has started stitching. I don't know what your name is, but Kathleen said that she told you to watch my videos, which is also very odd. I don't know why anybody would say go watch your video, but I appreciate the attention. So I hope that you are enjoying the project that your mom kitted up for you. Say hi below to me and remind me what your name is. Okay, that's it. I promise. I'm done. I'm going to upload this. See you later. Peace out. Bye. This is the view off of my balcony. We are getting quite a bit of snow and more expected tonight. That's actually a lake on the other side of those trees, but it's so foggy and snowy that you probably can't tell real well what I'm seeing. So we may be snowed in at Stitch Away. Okay guys, it's Saturday, January 13th. Today's the last full day of the retreat. Just wanted to show you the view again without all the fog and the snow from yesterday. Off my balcony at Houston Woods. So I'm ready to go downstairs and start stitching again. See ya.